You overlooked the court papers, but Archangel Michael heard the advocate's secret deal. This was never about justice. He's trying to protect you, but time is short. Open this in 60 seconds. In the unseen courts of heaven, a transaction was overheard. While your eyes passed over the papers, distracted, weary, or too burdened to notice their full meaning, a deal was whispered in hidden chambers. These court papers were not ordinary. They were a veil, a shadow, a symbol of the unseen forces that move against the chosen in silence. You overlooked them because you were never meant to fight this in flesh alone. You overlooked them because the Spirit knew your sight must be guarded until the time of revelation. Archangel Michael, the mighty warrior of heaven, heard what you did not hear. He intercepted what was spoken in secrecy, behind closed doors, under the guise of order and justice. He leaned into the whisper, and he caught the sound of betrayal, the sound of an advocate's secret deal, made not to defend, but to destroy. These words, these papers, these decisions are not about earthly justice at all. No, they are about something deeper. They are about silencing your destiny, about tying your name to a false judgment so that heaven's purpose for your life would be delayed. But Michael does not sleep, and Michael does not yield. Hear this clearly. This message is not for every ear. It is not for the curious wanderer or the idle listener. This word has been carved in the fire of heaven for you, the one who has been chosen, the one who has been marked, the one who has been sensing shadows in the night and restlessness in the soul. This is why your heart races even now as you hear these words. You know they are speaking directly to you. The hour is urgent. Time bends differently in the spirit, but there is no luxury of delay. Silence will be required of you. Stillness will be demanded of you. Obedience will be tested in you. For only the one who listens, only the one who heeds, only the one who restrains from rushing into noise will see the protection now being set in motion over their life. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Toad 1122 is now activated. Hear me now, beloved, for the heavens are leaning close to this very moment. Archangel Michael, commander of the armies of light, has descended into the realm of your hearing with a message sharpened like a sword. The next 60 seconds matter in the spirit. They are not to be wasted, not to be dismissed, not to be drowned out by the distractions of this world. Time is bending around you, and heaven itself is pressing for your attention. I, Michael, stand as the warrior of divine justice, the defender appointed by the Most High, the angel who guards destinies, written before the foundation of the world. I do not come in whispers of uncertainty. I come in the authority of the throne. And I speak this. You were not meant to hear what was said. You were not meant to know what was sealed, yet heaven has chosen to reveal it. For the advocate you trusted, the one who wore the garments of righteousness, has struck a secret deal in darkness. A betrayal has been cloaked in legal language, in carefully crafted words, in false concern. But no mask, no veil, no silence can hide what is spoken in the chambers of men from the courts of heaven. Your spirit has felt the tremors, though your mind could not name them. Nights of unrest, whispers in your dreams, shadows passing your thoughts, all with the evidence that heaven was alerting you. You have been sensing movement, unseen yet undeniable. For while men plotted, while papers were signed, while lips whispered against your name, the heavens were listening. The throne recorded every syllable, every hidden agreement, every secret that was supposed to remain sealed. This message is not for the multitude. It is not a broadcast to the indifferent. It is not entertainment for the casual listener. No, this word is for you, the one who has been singled out, the one who feels eyes watching even when no one is in the room, the one who knows something has been moving against them, but could not trace the source. You are the restless one, the chosen one, the appointed one. That is why your ears burn now. That is why your heart trembles. You recognize your name between these lines, even though it has not been spoken. Do not be deceived. What they plot against you is not merely about papers, signatures, or earthly justice. This is about destiny. This is about silencing the voice of one called to rise. This is about placing shackles upon the path you were destined to walk freely. That is why Michael intervenes. That is why this word comes now. So hear me, be still. Do not rush to confront. Do not expose what you know too soon. The next 60 seconds matter in the spirit, for in this very moment heaven is weighing your obedience, your stillness, your willingness to let the divine battle for you. The betrayal is real. The papers are real. The secret deal is real. But the protection is more real. The defense more powerful. The shield more certain. This is your invocation, your awakening. Lift your heart and hear the command. You will not be destroyed by what was hidden, for what was hidden has now been revealed to heaven's warrior. Stand firm. Watch. The hand of God is moving, and Michael is already in the fight. Type Amen in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1414 is now surrounding you. The air has grown heavy around you, and though your hands cannot hold it, your spirit has felt it. Whispers have followed you. Conversations you were never meant to hear. Agreements sealed in shadows. Envelopes passed in silence. You were not present when they gathered, yet your name was on their lips. You did not stand in the room, yet their papers carried the weight of your destiny. And even now, as I speak, they believe you remain blind, unaware, unguarded. But heaven has uncovered their secrets. Listen carefully. They signed papers against you, but not all the truth was written there. Their pens moved with deceit. Their signatures carried hidden intent. The words that appear on those pages are but a surface, a facade, while beneath them lie the true motives meant to ensnare you, to bind you, to strip you of authority. Do you feel the unease rising? That is your spirit discerning what your eyes could not see. Around you, there are watchers, some cloaked in friendship, some hidden behind professionalism, some disguised as advocates. Yet their true allegiance is not to you. They have been observing, taking note of your steps, speaking softly when you leave, whispering louder when you are absent. They gather in the corners of silence, convinced their schemes remain unseen. But the eyes of heaven miss nothing. The ears of Michael hear every whisper, and the throne records every secret deal. They know something about you, but they do not know everything. They know fragments, distorted shadows, rumors twisted into evidence. But they do not know the scrolls of heaven that bear your true name. They do not know the pages sealed in eternity that declare your destiny long before their pens touched paper. They do not know that heaven has appointed warriors to shield you, intercepting the very arrows released in the dark. And yet, the unease grows. The disruption is real. You feel the weight of being targeted, the burden of being misunderstood, the heaviness of being watched. You ask yourself, who is truly pulling the strings? Whose hand is guiding these signatures? Whose whisper is behind these whispers? And heaven answers, this is not the work of men alone. It is the orchestration of spirits who fear your rising. For your destiny threatens them. Your calling shakes their ground. And so they have stirred men, influenced deals, corrupted advocates, and signed false papers to delay what they cannot destroy. But you are hearing this now because heaven has broken the silence. The disruption in your spirit was not confusion. It was a warning. The whispers were not madness. They were signals. The overlooked papers were not accents. They were markers of the hidden war waged against you. And this revelation is not coincidence. It is divine timing. Heaven is pulling back the curtain, letting you glimpse just enough to know. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not defenseless. Hold this truth. What they meant as secrecy has now been shouted in the spirit. What they meant to conceal has now been illuminated. And though you may tremble, though you may question, though you may feel the disruption within, it is proof of your divine connection that heaven reveals what the enemy seeks to bury. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 888 is now activated. And beloved, if this word is piercing your heart, if you sense the Spirit confirming that this battle is not about papers, but about your destiny, then hear this invitation. When you support this mission, you are not giving to a man or a channel. You are sowing into the field where souls are being awakened. Every seed you plant becomes like oil poured upon the lamps of the chosen, fueling their light in the darkest hour. The Lord declares, those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed, and as you release, heaven releases over you. I invite you personally, stand with this ministry by using the Super Thanks button or by joining as a member. If you desire to go deeper, a link for PayPal is in the description below. Your giving is not a donation. It is a prophetic act, a declaration that you choose light over darkness. And as you act, I bless your seed to multiply with divine favor. Do not delay. Step in faith now, and watch heaven open over you. Beloved, you must understand this. What has been unfolding around you is not merely the plotting of men, not merely the schemes of advocates or judges or accusers. No, this is warfare of another order. This is not about papers in a courtroom. It is about decrees in the spirit. This is not about legal justice. It is about spiritual destiny. The conflict you face has been framed in earthly language, but its origin is not of this world. It is the collision of heavens calling upon your life and the opposition of darkness that seeks to silence it. The advocate's deal is not just a legal maneuver. It is a demonic attempt to cage your voice, to shut down your influence, to bury your assignment. They plot in boardrooms and whisper in chambers, but the true author of their strategy is the adversary who fears the sound of your rising. You have been marked, not because of weakness, but because of strength. You have been targeted, not because of insignificance, but because of calling. Hell does not waste resources on the ordinary. It assigns its schemes to those chosen for extraordinary destiny. Yet hear this clearly. Though their papers carry signatures, the heavenly books carry seals. Though they forge agreements in darkness, heaven has already written verdicts in light. And the scales of true justice are not held in the hands of men, but in the hand of the Almighty who sits upon the throne. Every secret deal, Every whispered accusation, every attempt to rewrite your story has been recorded before heaven, and heaven's justice will prevail. Archangel Michael himself has been dispatched into this conflict, not as a messenger only, but as a warrior. He stands with flaming sword at the borders of your destiny, intercepting every decree spoken against you. His ears are tuned to the whispers of betrayal, his eyes scanning the corridors of darkness, his authority unchallenged in the courts of heaven. Michael declares, "No chain forged in secret shall bind the one chosen by the living God." And yet, beloved, you must not see this battle only through the lens of flesh. If you fix your gaze only upon men, you will grow bitter. You will seek vengeance. You will be ensnared by anger. But the Spirit calls you higher. The Spirit whispers, "Lift your eyes." This is not about them. It is about the war in the unseen. For men are but pawns when the adversary is at work. Their hands are guided by whispers they cannot even recognize. Their hearts are stirred by forces they cannot name. The advocate's betrayal is not simply betrayal of you. It is rebellion against heaven's assignment upon your life. Therefore, take courage. Do not fear their plots, for the plot is evidence of your purpose. Do not fear their signatures, for the ink of men cannot override the blood of the Lamb. Do not fear their gatherings in darkness, for heaven's surveillance sees all, records all, and will expose all. Time is crucial, yes, but the verdict is eternal. The papers are earthly, but the scrolls are heavenly. The words written in deception will pass, but the words spoken by the throne will remain forever. And the one who has called you, the one who has marked you, the one who has chosen you has also sent Michael to guard what cannot be stolen. So frame this battle correctly. This is not about earthly justice denied. This is about destiny being defended. And destiny cannot be overturned. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 717 is now covering you. Hear me now, for the hour draws closer than you think. The advocate's plotting is not finished, it is accelerating. What was once hidden in whispers is beginning to take form in action. The agreements sealed in silence are being prepared to manifest in your reality. And heaven issues this solemn warning. Within a short span, movements will be made in your name without your consent. Papers will shift hands. Words will be spoken on your behalf, though your mouth remains silent. They will attempt to move you like a pawn upon their board, thinking you remain unaware. The Spirit reveals a time frame, a window of urgency. Within 72 hours, forces are preparing to escalate. Decisions are being drafted, steps are being arranged, and arrangements are being finalized, all in secrecy, all in darkness, all under the false appearance of protecting you. Yet their intent is not protection, it is entrapment. They smile outwardly, but in their hearts they conspire. They cloak their actions in the language of advocacy, but the deal is betrayal in disguise. Do not be deceived by their calm demeanor, by their practiced words, by the sense of normalcy they present. For beneath their surface lies a storm of strategy, and it is a storm aimed at you. This is why you have felt pressure in your spirit, why your chest has carried an invisible weight, why your sleep has been interrupted. It is not your imagination. It is the tug of heaven alerting you that a wave is about to break. But listen closely. Though they move against you, they do not move unseen. Heaven has already dispatched watchers into their midst. Michael himself has stepped into their circles, standing invisible, listening, recording, intercepting. And what they do not know is this: every action they attempt in darkness is already being countered in light. Every step they arrange has already been met with heaven's resistance. Every word they craft is already weighed against the word eternal. Yet you must be warned, for the pressure will increase. Confrontation may arise suddenly. You may hear words that shock you, words that feel as though they pull the ground from beneath your feet. They will press you to respond quickly, to sign, to agree, to yield. They will attempt to corner you with urgency, to make you believe that silence is dangerous and that agreement is safety. But heaven says otherwise. Heaven says, do not rush. Do not answer in fear. Do not yield to pressure. For silence in me is safer than agreements with men. I tell you again, the 72 hours ahead will carry weight. You will feel the tension rise, and you will sense decisions moving without your hand. Do not panic. Do not despair. These things must unfold so that heaven may expose the depth of their dealings. You will not be left defenseless. You will not be left unshielded. Michael has already gone ahead of you, drawing his sword against the forces that seek to silence your name. This is your warning, beloved. Brace yourself in the Spirit. Anchor yourself in prayer. Guard your tongue in this season, for your silence will be a weapon sharper than any accusation. Heaven is with you, and though they rush to move in darkness, the light has already surrounded you. Type "I am alert" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 2525 is now activated over your steps. Now, beloved, hear this counsel with a heart that is still and ears that are open, for heaven is not only warning you, it is guiding you. The storm has been revealed, the betrayal uncovered, the deal exposed. But what matters now is not the schemes of men, but your response to heaven's direction. For in these critical moments, your posture will determine your protection. The command of the Spirit is simple yet weighty. Be still. Do not rush into confrontation. Do not let anger drive your tongue. Do not allow fear to move your feet. The natural impulse will be to retaliate, to expose, to demand explanation, to cry out for justice. But justice is not yours to wrestle from the hands of men. It is heaven's to deliver in perfect timing. And Archangel Michael has already drawn near to fight for you, to intercept what you cannot see, to silence what you cannot hear, to dismantle what was constructed against you in hidden places. Do not be deceived by appearances. Their confidence is false. Their gathering is fragile. Their signatures are empty when weighed against the decree of the throne. What they built in darkness will collapse in the light, and what they attempted to steal will be returned with increase. But heaven asks of you this: restrain yourself. Withdraw from the noise. Turn your face to the Spirit. Let silence become your shield and prayer become your weapon. For while your enemies expect your reaction, heaven requires your stillness. Say this aloud in your spirit: no deal made in darkness will stand against the light of my God. Declare it until it takes root in your bones. For your declaration is not mere speech, it is alignment with heaven's judgment. Every time you affirm it, you sharpen the sword in Michael's hand. Every time you whisper it, you strengthen the shield that covers you. Do not underestimate the power of agreement with God. Your silence toward men combined with your agreement with heaven is a fortress no adversary can breach. Remember this truth: Michael does not fight alone. He commands armies. and those armies are encamped around you even now. Where the papers were written, angels have already walked. Where the discussions were held, heaven's messengers have already listened. Where the signatures were placed, the hand of God has already pressed down his seal of divine rejection. Every hidden plot has already been intercepted, every whisper recorded, every scheme noted in the scrolls of justice that no hand of man can alter. So guard your spirit. Do not be lured into panic. Do not be seduced into quick agreements. Step back and allow the Spirit to reveal what was hidden. In the days ahead, watch for exposure. Watch for cracks in their stories. Watch for contradictions in their plans. Heaven will not leave you blind. The Spirit will highlight their mistakes, their slip of tongue, their unraveling. And when that unraveling begins, you will know it was not your hand, but heaven's hand that defended you. Beloved, this is your guidance. Withdraw, watch, and wait. Not as one who cowers, but as one who trusts. Not as one who retreats in fear, but as one who stands shielded by heaven's armies. Michael has gone before you. The Spirit is around you. The blood of the Lamb covers you. You will not be overtaken by this plot, for the one who defends you neither sleeps nor slumbers. Type "I am covered" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 444 is now surrounding you. Hear me now, for the time of trembling has ended. You are no longer the victim they imagined you to be. You are no longer the target they believed they could strike without resistance. Their schemes have exposed not your weakness, but your worth. Their betrayals have revealed not your fragility, but your calling. What was meant to crush you has only unveiled the depth of heaven's investment in you. You have been walking under the weight of false accusations, beneath the shadow of hidden whispers, carrying the heaviness of papers signed against you. But even as they wrote lies into the records of men, heaven was writing truth into the eternal scrolls. And now, by the authority of the throne, I declare this: the season of cowering has ended, and the hour of rising has begun. You are not who they said you were. You are who heaven declares you to be. The chains of injustice are breaking even now. The false verdicts that hovered like clouds are dissolving under the fire of God's breath. The labels they placed upon you, the rumors they whisper about you, the judgments they tried to cloak around your name, all are burning away like straw in a furnace. What remains is the refined, the purified, the chosen. Like gold in the fire, you are coming forth stronger, brighter, and unshakable. See yourself as heaven sees you. You are not one bound to courtrooms of men. You are one seated in heavenly places with Christ. You are not limited by the ink of advocates. You are sealed by the blood of the Lamb. You are not trapped by earthly verdicts. You are freed by eternal decrees. Every false word is being overturned, and every hidden plot is becoming fuel for your elevation. Like an eagle rising on the wind, you are being lifted above the courts of men, above the whispers of enemies, above the lies of advocates. Their reach cannot touch you in the heights to which God is taking you. Their schemes cannot follow you into the destiny heaven has ordained. You are being elevated, not because of them, but in spite of them. And your rising will be a testimony that cannot be denied. You must declare it boldly now. I am not a victim. I am a vessel. I am not forgotten. I am favored. I am not silenced. I am sent. Every word you speak in agreement with heaven seals the empowerment being released over you. Fear must leave. Shame must bow. Doubt must break. For heaven has spoken, and the verdict is final. You are chosen, and nothing can undo the truth. Stand tall now, beloved. Lift your head. Square your shoulders. Walk not as one oppressed, but as one commissioned. Let the adversary see that what was meant to bury you has only birthed you. Let the watchers recognize that their schemes have failed. Let the whispers fall silent as they realize heaven has elevated you beyond their reach. You are stepping into empowerment, into destiny, into authority that cannot be revoked. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 555 is now activated over your life. Beloved, now the veil is lifting and the reason behind the betrayal is being revealed. What they did was never simply about papers, signatures, or earthly verdicts. No, it was about destiny. It was about stopping the unfolding of heaven's promotion over your life. The advocate's secret deal was not random. It was provoked by a greater reality. For the adversary saw what you could not yet see, your elevation, your increase, your authority being unlocked in the spirit. And out of fear, they conspired to bind you. But hear me, what they tried to seal with ink on paper has already been undone by the seal of glory on your name. They thought they were writing your limitation, but heaven had already written your liberation. They thought they were sealing your fate, but heaven had already stamped your future. Your name is not written in fragile documents that men can alter. Your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life, engraved upon the registry of heaven, where no adversary can erase it. The betrayal you faced was the enemy's last attempt to delay what he cannot deny. He saw the gates opening before you. He saw the mantle being laid upon your shoulders. He saw the shift in the heavens where your authority would increase. And so he stirred advocates, he twisted allies, he whispered into darkened ears to turn them against you. But in so doing, he revealed himself. What was hidden is now seen, and what was silent has now been declared. The trap he set has become the stage upon which your destiny will be revealed. You must understand, you are not being punished, you are being promoted. You are not being diminished, you are being distinguished. This is why the warfare has been so intense. This is why the whispers have grown louder. This is why the shadows have pressed closer. Because you are on the threshold of breakthrough, and the adversary has no weapon left but deception. Yet even that weapon is breaking before your eyes. Listen to heaven's decree. They tried to seal your fate with papers, but heaven has sealed your name in glory. They tried to bind your steps, but I have ordered your path. They tried to silence your voice, but I have amplified your sound. Your destiny is not in their hands. Your verdict is not in their chambers. Your life is not subject to their signatures. You are defended. You are elevated. You are known. So rise in confidence. Walk with assurance. Stand in faith. For heaven has not only exposed the betrayal, it has declared the blessing. The very scheme meant to bury you will become the testimony of your breakthrough. The very whispers meant to diminish you will become the announcement of your elevation. The very conflict meant to weaken you will become the confirmation of your strength. This is your prophetic revelation. You are untouchable in destiny, unshakable in calling, unstoppable in purpose. Heaven has already spoken, and nothing can revoke it. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1010 is now resting upon you. Beloved, if this revelation has stirred your spirit, then you know this battle is not about papers, but about destiny. And when you give, you are not fueling a channel. You are sowing directly into the advancement of God's kingdom, into the light that pushes back the whispers of darkness. Every act of giving is like a seed planted into fertile soil, and the Lord promises, those who sow in tears will reap with joy. I personally invite you, stand in faith and take part in this mission. You can use the super thanks below. Join as a member or sow through the PayPal link in the description. This is more than support. It is a prophetic act, aligning yourself with the very revelation spoken over your life. As you give, I bless your seed with divine multiplication and declare that heaven will answer your faith with favor. Do not wait. The time is now. Beloved, revelation without activation is like a door shown, but never open. Heaven has spoken. The betrayal has been exposed. The seal of your destiny has been declared. But now, heaven waits for your response. Prophecy is not passive. It is living, breathing, demanding alignment. The scrolls of destiny are open before you, but they require your yes, your declaration, your agreement. For heaven has already moved, but now you must rise in faith and step into the place prepared for you. The Spirit declares, heaven waits for your yes. Not a timid whisper, not a hesitant maybe, but a resounding yes that shakes the atmosphere around you. This yes is not spoken only with your mouth. It is spoken with your posture, your obedience, your boldness, your refusal to retreat into fear. The adversary has plotted to silence you, but your yes is the thunder that drowns out his whispers. He sought to bind you in paperwork and shadows, but your yes to destiny tears open the chains and activates the authority that was written over you from the beginning. Do not underestimate the power of your agreement. For when you declare, I am chosen, heaven moves. When you speak, I am rising, angels are dispatched. When you affirm, I am sealed, Michael sharpens his sword in your defense. These are not empty phrases. They are prophetic decrees that align your spirit with heaven's verdict. Every word of agreement is like a key turning, unlocking doors that men tried to seal shut. Every declaration is a weapon striking against the agreements made in darkness, breaking them into dust. You must rise boldly now. Stand tall, even if your knees tremble. Speak loudly, even if your voice shakes. For your boldness is not in your strength. It is in the Spirit of the living God who has chosen you. Do not retreat in fear, for retreat only empowers your adversary. Do not remain silent in doubt, for silence only prolongs delay. Step forward, for the moment you move, heaven moves with you. The enemy tried to convince you that you are powerless, that the papers had the final word, that the advocate's deal sealed your fate. But the truth is this: your agreement with heaven holds more power than any signature of men. Your destiny is not unlocked by their approval. It is activated by your obedience. The adversary knows this, which is why he fears your yes. He trembles at the sound of your agreement with heaven, for it signals the collapse of every contract, every scheme, every life formed against you. So let your spirit cry out even now, yes, Lord, I align with your will. Yes, Lord, I accept my calling. Yes, Lord, I step into my destiny. That yes is louder than their gossip. That yes is stronger than their signatures. That yes is eternal, echoing in the chambers of heaven where your name is written. And once spoken, it cannot be revoked. This is your activation, beloved. You are not waiting for destiny to come. It has already come. Heaven waits for your yes, and once you release it, nothing on earth or in hell can stand against what God has decreed for you. Type "Why Yes Lord" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7777 is now alive in your spirit. Beloved, what you must understand is this. While men were drafting their plans in darkness, heaven was drafting its response in light. While they sat with papers in hidden chambers, angels stood with scrolls in heavenly courts. While they whispered of deals and contracts meant to bind you, Michael and the armies of God intercepted their words and carried them before the throne. And there, in silence, an exchange took place, an exchange more powerful than anything signed in ink. The Spirit reveals this mystery. Contracts forged in shadows are being rewritten by the hand of God. Every signature made against you is being crossed out by eternal decree. Every deal struck without your consent is being intercepted and reversed in the Spirit. You did not hear the sound of angels moving. You did not see the shifting of scrolls. You did not feel the stamping of seals. But your spirit knew it was happening. That unease you carried, that pressure in your chest, that restless stirring in your nights, it was your soul perceiving the negotiations taking place beyond the veil. Archangel Michael has stood as witness and warrior in these exchanges. He has intercepted arrows before they reached you. He has torn up contracts that bore your name without your permission. He has broken seals placed upon documents meant to limit your movement. And while the adversary boasted of victories in darkness, Michael declared, "Not so. This one is chosen. This one is sealed. This one is defended by the Most High. See this truth. What was stolen is being returned. What was delayed is being accelerated. What was bound is being loose. Heaven is not merely defending you. It is restoring to you. Why your enemies plot in vain, heaven rewrites decrees in your favor. They may believe their signatures are final, but the ink of men is dust when compared to the eternal word of God. The scrolls of heaven carry authority no court on earth can overturn. And beloved, even as you hear this, the Spirit confirms your destiny is being renegotiated in your favor. Where they tried to strip, you will be clothed. Where they tried to silence, you will be amplified. Where they tried to confine, you will be expanded. The deal was to bind, but heaven's exchange has freed. Their contract was to diminish, but heaven's decree has increased. Do not be surprised if you begin to feel shifts you cannot explain. Doors opening without effort. Resistance breaking without confrontation. People reversing their stance without reason. It will not make sense in the natural, because it was never about the natural. It will be the evidence that the silent exchange has taken place, that heaven has negotiated on your behalf, that what was written in darkness has been erased by light. Even while they sleep, heaven is working. Even while they plot, angels are moving. Even while they sign, God is overturning. Your spirit felt the shift before your mind could see it, and now you will see what your soul has already known. This is the silent exchange of the spirit realm, beloved. And you are the beneficiary of heaven's verdict. Type "I receive the divine exchange" in the comments if this word touches your spirit. Blessing code 3030 is now released upon you. Beloved, the courts of men may delay, but the courts of heaven never falter. Justice is not a theory in the kingdom. It is a living force, moving, breathing, executing the will of the Most High. And now, heaven announces, justice is already in motion. What they thought hidden has already been judged. What they thought sealed has already been overturned. What they thought final is collapsing even as I speak. The advocate's deal, crafted in secrecy, was way before the throne, and the verdict of heaven declared void. Their signatures were measured and found wanting. Their schemes were recorded and exposed. Their whispers were replayed in the chambers of light. Every word they spoke in darkness has been met with the voice of the Lord declaring, "It is finished." For no tongue raised against you shall prosper, and every word spoken against you in judgment you shall condemn. For this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. The reversal is not a hope, it is a decree. The hand of God has already shifted the scales. The balance that once tilted against you is now tipped overwhelmingly in your favor. You will begin to see it in ways that surprise you. Doors that seemed closed will suddenly open. Accusations will fall silent. Evidence formed against you will crumble. The very trap they set will turn into their stumbling block, and the very pit they dug will become their own downfall. This is divine reversal. What was meant for harm is transforming into elevation. What was plotted for your shame is converting into your testimony. Do not think heaven has delayed. Even in the silence, justice was working. Even in the waiting, restoration was aligning. And now, the winds of reversal are blowing. The scales are being balanced, and favor is being activated in your name. You will not simply be delivered, you will be restored, multiplied, and honored in the sight of those who opposed you. Archangel Michael has not only defended you, he has stood as a witness to your vindication. He proclaims now, this one is free. This one is justified. This one is covered by the blood of the Lamb, and no verdict of men shall stand against the verdict of God. The reversal is sure, the justice unstoppable, the outcome undeniable. So, when you begin to see the unraveling of their schemes, do not fear. When you watch their confidence falter, do not gloat. When you see their plans collapse, lift your hands and give glory to the one who fights for you. For this was never about them. It was about heaven showing you that your destiny is beyond the reach of man. Mark this truth. Every deal against you collapses under heaven's judgment. Every contract against you dissolves before the fire of the throne. Every verdict against you is reversed by the eternal word. And as justice flows like a river, favor flows with it. Restoration is not a promise delayed. It is unfolding now. Beloved, rejoice in the reversal. For what the enemy meant to use as your downfall, heaven has transformed into your elevation. This is divine justice. This is your portion. This is your inheritance. Type "justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 999 is now released into your life. Beloved, hear this closing word from the courts of heaven. It was never about justice on earth. It was always about destiny in heaven. The advocate's deal was not about law, but about your life. The court papers were never about verdicts, but about voices trying to silence your calling. Yet heaven has spoken, Michael has fought, and the throne has decreed. You are sealed, you are seen, and you are sent. You are not leaving this season as one broken. You are leaving it as one chosen. The betrayal that was meant to bury you has instead birthed you. The lies that were spoken to chain you have instead revealed the strength of your freedom. And the contracts that were written to bind you have already been torn by the hand of the living God. This was never about injustice. It was about heaven positioning you for greater influence, greater authority, and greater anointing. So walk forward with confidence. You are not overlooked. You are overshadowed by glory. You are not silenced. You are amplified in the Spirit. You are not trapped. You are free to step into the destiny heaven wrote over your life before time began. And though their pens may have run dry, the eternal ink of heaven's decree still speaks. You are chosen. You are covered. You are unstoppable. Michael declares over you, "Rise now, beloved of God. Lift your head, for the battle is won. Lift your voice, for the verdict is reversed. Lift your spirit, for your destiny is secure. No deal made in darkness will prevail. No lie spoken in secrecy will endure. And no paper signed in shadows will stand against the light of heaven. This is your blessing, divine covering, unshakable protection, accelerated destiny. You will not walk alone. You will not stumble without being lifted. You will not be overtaken by the schemes of men. For the God who called you has already gone before you, and the angelic armies surround you, even now. Rise in strength, beloved. Rise in truth. Rise in destiny. You are sealed, you are seen, and you are sent. Type "I am sealed in destiny" in the comments if this word is yours. Blessing code 1212 is now covering you. Beloved, if this word has confirmed what your spirit already knew, that heaven fights for you and your destiny cannot be stolen, then I invite you to step into partnership with this mission. Every time you give, you are not giving to a man, but to the movement of God's word, helping light reach souls that are trapped in shadows. The Lord himself declares, "Give, and it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Your seed becomes part of heaven's justice, part of the oil that fuels the lamps of many. I personally call you now. Use the super thanks. Join as a member, or sow through PayPal in the description below. This is not a suggestion. It is a prophetic moment to respond. And as you act in faith, I bless your gift and declare divine overflow over your life. Step boldly, beloved. The heavens are waiting for your obedience.